Welcome to Commerce class. Today we are going to see about new financial institutions. The previous class we saw about the evolution and growth of the capital market, where number of financial institutions came to support the growth of capital market like IFCI, ICAI, IDBI, UTI, SFC and SIDC. Now all these are the financial institutions which came in the beginning. Now we have some other new financial institutions which is catering to the credit requirement of different types of industry. Okay, so based on their needs, these financial institutions support them. So let us see one by one. First one, venture fund institution. This venture fund institution is specially designed for equity financing. Equity financing in not ordinary type of company, but something new, innovative project where it involves high technology oriented product and those which can be converted into commercial production. So something very new in nature or new method or approach, that particular project need to be financed. So this venture fund institution finance them. Okay, so they promote only new innovative projects which high technology oriented that can be converted into commercial production. Now example of such new financial institutions are Risk Capital Foundation of IFCI, then Venture Fund of IDBI, SIDB, Technology Development and Infrastructure Corporation of India. And there are many others also. These are just a few examples mentioned here. So venture fund institution, the main aim is to provide the finance facility for new project which involves high technology oriented and that which can be converted into commercial production. Next, mutual fund. Now there are certain small investors who cannot purchase the securities which are very high in their price. So mutual fund comes to their help. What do? They channelize the saving of small investors into avenues of productive investment are called mutual fund. So all the savings of small investors are put together and through mutual fund they purchase the securities on behalf of their investors. Okay, now here the benefit of diversified investment portfolios are, it is they invest in different types of sectors and so the return is very reasonable. They do not concentrate only in companies. It may be in metals, or it may be in pharma, or it can be in constructions. Okay, so the investment is diversified. Examples of such mutual fund institutions, specialized financial institutions are LIC, Life Insurance Corporation, and Unit Trust of India. And beside these, there are others also where the banks come forward, like SBI, Canara Bank. They also have mutual fund. Now, what is the advantage over here? What is the benefit rather than advantage? Benefit is the return is more or less very high and liquidity is there. You can get your amount invested, safety, you can be sure of returns, and tax benefits to the investors are also provided. So mutual fund provide them not only with the opportunity invest in diversified sectors, but also they get high return, easy liquidity, safety, tax benefit is provided to the investors. Next is factoring institutions. Now this factoring is already we have dealt it in 11th standard. So once again it is a repetition here. Even mutual fund. Here factoring is an arrangement made by some financial institutions. This financial institution, they provide financial accommodation to their clients based on the accounts receivable. That is, based on the book debts, they provide financial support to their clients. Okay, this is called factoring institution or the service of factoring. So we have some banks like SBI Factors, then Commercial Service Private Limited, which is a subsidiary of State Bank of India, Can Bank Factors Limited, subsidiary of Canara Bank. So each bank does this factoring work also. Next one, over the counter exchange of India. Now we do purchase and sell securities, but here this is possible over the counter exchange of India, that is electronic placement of orders or electronic selling through electronic instruments like over the phone or through an email. You can place your orders, or you can even sell the investment securities. Okay, so trading of securities across the electronic counters throughout the country, that is called over the counter exchange of India. Here some problems might be met by the investors and medium-sized companies, so they also help them to sort out the problems and help them in trading throughout the country by over the counter exchange of India. Now the strength of this over the counter exchange of India is transparency of transaction. There is no hidden charges. Quick deals, the deals are made, purchase and sale is made very quickly. Then settlement is made, fast settlement, you immediately get your cash. And liquidity, getting back your amount invested. So these are the strength of over the counter exchange of India. So transparency of transaction, quick deals, deal is made quick, that is you can get a buyer or a seller very quickly. Then the settlement of settlement is made quickly. And liquidity, you can get your cash quickly, whatever you have invested. So this is the benefit, the strength of over the counter exchange of India. Next is National Stock Exchange of India Limited. Now this is a model stock exchange. Previously, when an investor had to purchase his security, he has to go to the stock exchange. On the floor of stock exchange, he has to place his orders. But now it is not like that. So all the entries are made in book entry only. So if, for example, if someone purchases a share, he will not have them in security certificate in his hand physically. It is all in his account. That is what you call it as scriptless and flowless trading system in securities. Okay, so this is a model stock exchange established in the national level in the year 1992. So the advantage of nationwide electronic screen-based scriptless and flowless trading system in the securities is offered, and there is a transparent system of securities trading made here. Next one, National Clearance and Depository System. Once again, NCDS. This is a very important aspect. Here they have asked you in the 3 marks also, as well as the 5 marks. We'll just go through it. So whenever a investor invests in securities, it has to be made through a book entry. So this book entry is done, and you have to follow certain rules. So these are the system which help them in the National Clearance Depository System. So Nation Trade Comparison Reporting System, National Clearance System, and National Depository System. These 3 systems operate for transferring the securities from one person to another. First one, National Trade Comparison and Reporting System, makes the purchaser, the investor, clear about the contract for securities in the security market. So the terms and conditions of contract is made clear through this National Trade Comparison and Reporting System. Next, National Clearance System. Now once we have purchased the investment, what is the amount we have to pay, and what is the number of stock that we are going to get from the particular broker, or when is the settlement date, all this is looked after by the National Clearance System. Okay, now next is National Depository System. Here, after the transaction is finalized, the ownership must change hands. So transfer of ownership from the security in exchange of payment. Now all this will take place only through book entry in electronic ledgers. This is not done manually. It is not written in the book of ledgers. Now all this will take place in the electronic ledger immediately. So that is what is done in the National Depository System. Okay, so just a quick look at this National Clearance and Depository System. It helps in the settlement of transaction relating to securities through book entry. The National Trade Comparison Reporting System tells them about the terms and conditions of contract. National Clearance System helps them to determine the cash they have to pay and the number of stock liability the broker has to make on the settlement date. The National Depository System helps to transfer the ownership of security from the seller to the buyer. And all this is done only through the electronic ledger. There is no physical movement of any transfer deed. Next one, National Securities Depositories Limited. Now there were certain securities which had to be brought into this demat account. Now if you are to trade in securities, it is all done only with the help of a demat account. So there was a necessity to bring everything into this demat account. So National Security Depository Limited achieves a time-bound dematerialization and rematerialization of shares. Okay, not only that, whatever problems they have with regard to this, that is a post-trade transaction in the secondary market, that is also met out by this National Security Depository Limited. Next, Stock Holding Corporation of India Limited. Here, this is the main aim is to serve as a central security depository with respect to the transaction in the stock exchange. This is at the central level. It also takes up the administration for clearing the functions at the national level, maybe between the countries or at the very national level. So these are the new financial institutions which help the capital market to cater to the requirements of different segments of industry. Okay, that is venture fund institution. They specially designed for equity financing, designing the high-tech projects that can be converted into commercial production. Mutual fund, this is for small investors where the pooling of saving is done for investment, and some of them are LIC, UTI, and the benefit is high returns, easy liquidity, safety and tax benefit. Factoring institutions, financial accommodation to their clients based on their accounts receivable. Then over-the-counter exchange of India, this is the electronic counters which help in purchase and sale of securities. Not only that, whatever problems are met by the medium-sized companies or investors is sorted out. There is transparency in transaction, quick deal, fast settlement and better liquidity. Next, National Stock Exchange of India Limited is a model stock exchange, and here the scriptless and flawless trading of securities take place. The National Clearance and Depository System helps in the transfer of securities where they have to follow certain rules which are mandatory, and these three systems, that is a National Trade Comparison and Reporting System, National Clearance System, National Depository System, helps them. Then National Security Depositories Limited, here it's a time-bound dematerialization and rematerialization of shares, and any problems related to transaction, that post-trade transaction, the secondary market is also sorted out by them. And finally, Stock Holding Corporation of India Limited, it is serving in the central security depository at the national level. Clearing function at the national level is done by this particular SHCIL. I hope you are all clear with these types of new financial institutions which are helping or working in the capital market. Thank you, children.